Also, think about this. I've never thought about this yet, which is interesting. The same time that everyone's wearing masks, so everyone was
Oh,
told you got to stay in and you got to wear masks and all this stuff, and you're an evil person if you don't come outside.
yeah,
But
yeah,
then when they were protesting Trump and everything,
yeah.
and they have the masks, like that's very convenient that all at this they let them protest. They're like, go out and protest. Just wear your masks. It's kind of interesting that
It's
I don't
it's
think it could have been masterminded like that, but I mean,
Well, I just think the thing is, I think that it could even be obviously less sinister than that. I think that it could very easily just be that when you allow for everyone to wear masks and it's common. Okay, here's a good example, right? I worked at a bank for like 2 years back in
yeah,
Australia while I was in high school. We obviously have to go through very severe security training, right? Bomb
right,
training, threat assessment training, like what to do if someone's trying to hold up the fucking bank. I've worked with people who have been held up in armed robberies, right? Pissed
jeez,
themselves because they're literally being held up, a gun put to their fucking chest. Now, I went into a bank in Ontario, no, in Ontario, and it was for my girlfriend and I to basically split our joint account up. And we both walked into this bank, sunglasses on, masks on, hat on. They didn't even check my ID. I kept the mask on the entire interaction.
jeez,
The
interesting.
entire, like, literally, Leah and I are sitting next to each other. We got fucking Buddy in front of us dealing with this whole thing. The whole time, we both have masks on. And there's no real identifying us at that point. You
Yeah,
get a 6'2" guy and a 5'11" girl and hair color, that's not enough to identify someone. Like, it's just not at least as far as I've been trained working in a bank. And I don't understand how you're just allowing people to sort of operate like that. But my point is simply that if you allow people to just go out there wearing fucking masks and it's okay in high security places like a bank, well, you've basically just told them that they can wear it wherever. And obviously, when all of these riots start, I would imagine that most of the people that are getting into these riots or hurting people or doing anything are wearing fucking
mm,
masks because they don't want to get fucking arrested. I'm much less worried about COVID than getting fucking shot by some guy in a riot. If I'm like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, if I live in fucking Portland right now, I don't give a fuck about COVID.
yeah.
I couldn't care less. Like,
I'm just getting the
fuck me.
fuck out of. I'm getting the hell out of Portland. That's it. I'm done.
That's it, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
That's
Like, there
really.
should be a
That's how you create a
fucking, there
class.
should be a mask ban in Portland.
That's
They
how
should
you.
just ban everyone from wearing fucking masks there.
That's how you really create a class of state. You just have these riots, and then the people with money can leave, and the people without money can't, and then you just separate the classes that
I
way.
I
Easy.
know, but that's also the thing that like, and a lot of people have been talking about this. That's also the problem where there's like all the damage that you're doing means that not only yes, affluent rich people are going to leave, but also no rich people are going to come in, and none of them are going to invest in starting a business in fucking Portland.
Mm,
No one's starting a brick and mortar store in a place that's just had 100 days of kicking every fucking window in the city.
no,
You know what I mean?
unless you
Like
want an
that's just
insurance
no one's
payout.
doing that. So what happens is you create a horrible problem where all of the people in fucking Portland are now poor. No one's starting any businesses. All the jobs go away. Like they're killing themselves. They're
Yeah.
just decimating their own area, and no one is going to fucking move there now.
It wasn't it the Portland mayor? Weren't they like rioting outside the Portland mayor's?
They tried to burn his apartment
Yeah.
down.
And this is the guy saying he wants to defund the police.
This is the guy
Really?
that's sticking by their side and not letting the federales come in and fuck their day up. Like he's literally telling Trump to leave the fucking keep the cops away. We don't want the fucking cops to come in. We are happy letting these
Mm.
fucking thugs just burn our city down, man. Like, and then they turn up to his fucking house and demand that he gets kicked back out, which is honestly exactly what should happen. Because regardless of which way you look at it, he's not protecting the city. And his job is to keep his fucking citizens safe. So either the people on the far left have it right and he's a racist fucking mayor who has these racist police who are all out to fucking kill them, or he's not defending his citizens from this angry fucking mob, and either way he should just be fired. Like, he should just be fucking gone.
Did you know he was? I just found an article. He was tear gassed while out protesting. Like,
I know.
what do you mean? You're
I
the
know.
mayor.
But because he was standing with the protesters on like night 97 of the fucking protests, he was standing with the fucking protesters, and the cops came and fucking started tear gassing people because they were trying to burn down the fucking government buildings for the 90th night in a row. Like,
I don't
I just don't
understand at
understand.
that
What
point.
are you saying? What are you saying to the regular citizens of Portland at that point? Like, what are you telling them?
Hmm.
Are you telling them
Well,
that
it
you
gives
just
so
do
much
not
power.
give a fuck?
It gives them so much. It gives the federal government so much power too, because you're like, because the mayor's basically going like this and saying, federal government, they own us. That's it.
Right.
That's it. It's all against the federal government. When if you would have just kept your city calm, the federal agents wouldn't have had to come into your city in the
Never.
first place,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Like,
Why is it so hard to just tell your fucking citizens to stop rioting?
yeah,
Hey, stop rioting or we're going to arrest every single one of you.
stop
All of you.
Stop causing a ton of money loss. You're just
Stop
hurting
destroying
yourselves.
poor immigrant businesses. Like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
man? Like, could you imagine being a convenience store owner? You moved there as an immigrant. You've been in the country for 20 years. You've been saving and working your ass off 7 days a week, 12 hours a day to try and fucking provide a life for your family
Yeah.
so that your children can go to a decent school and not have to fucking own a convenience store. And then these fucking idiots just destroy everything and then fucking turn around and say, oh, it's fine, they have insurance, which is like the fucking comment that just keeps coming out of these people's fucking mouths when it's like, are you fucking retarded? Firstly, insurance is only going to cover so much. Secondly, you then have to pay a premium on top of that. Thirdly, your fucking insurance is going to go up forever. Fourth, it probably doesn't even cover a lot of that fucking damage. So you're just putting these people out tens of thousands of dollars, if not over $100,000 very easily of money that they do not have.
Yeah. Or the revenue you lose during when your business is down, or the future
Yes,
revenue
all of
when
that. Yeah,
people
exactly.
start leaving the city and stuff.
100 exactly. Insurance ain't paying for any of that,
So
motherfucker.
much-
Like, they don't give a fuck. And on top of it, once again, if everyone starts to fucking get their insurance companies to bail them out of this situation, the insurance goes up for everybody. That's how insurance works. So you are just making things more expensive once again for people who it hurts the most. Why do their lives not matter?
Yeah. It's just a simplistic viewpoint, really.
Because they're not black. That's
They destroyed black-owned businesses. There's videos of black people coming out and being like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
And then getting like fucking shot and shit as
Yeah,
well.
like-
Like, I know it's fucking terrible.
I'd be interested to see if Latinos, like, I bet I'm curious how many immigrants will vote for Trump this year versus 2016.
Way
That'd be an
more.
interesting stat.
Way more, man. Way more. Because I don't think, especially like non-black minorities,
Hmm.
because Asian people like the police. Okay, like I don't know what these people think, but like Asian people really like the police. And Asian people are actually sort of racist towards black people a lot of the time as well, so they don't sympathetic to your fucking cause.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Yeah.
And
They were
this
the
is
ones
not
on
like-
the in the 1992 riots. They were the ones on what was it? The Koreans. The Koreans were the ones on the roofs and defending their stores.
Yeah. Well, did you ever hear about what happened during like 9/11?
No.
In 9/11, there were fucking like people. This is such a bad story. I don't know why I'm laughing, but there were people who were like trying to get fucking concrete out of their eyes from all the fucking damage, and they're going up to these like 7-Elevens, being like, "Can I have some water?" And they're like charging people like $10 a bottle for fucking water to fucking rinse their eyes out.
No way.
Yeah,
Holy
100%,
fuck.
man. But that's the thing. They don't give a fuck. They're not. That's not their
Yeah.
problem. That's not their problem. And for a lot of Asian people, it's like when you complain about the fucking police to them, or when you complain about, they don't give a fuck because where they come from, these problems are not big problems.
Yeah.
Like 13 unarmed black people dying in a year from police. That's not a big problem in China. That's not a big problem in Thailand. That's not a big problem in Vietnam or the Philippines or India or any of these countries.
China, they don't like you. You're in a concentration camp. Like.
Fucking exactly.
That should be the whole motto of Trump's campaign. It should be like, you don't want. It should be something along the lines of not China. Like that's it. Like
Yeah,
you don't
keep
want
America,
China taking
not
over.
China.
None of you want China taking over. Like come on. You know?
Yeah, 100%. And it's just fucking silly. Like it's silly to expect other people to give a fuck about some of these problems when a lot of the minorities in America have come from places with far worse problems than 13 unarmed black people dying in a year. Don't get me wrong, that's a problem. I would love for that number to be 0, right? Like no unarmed police killings are a good thing, no matter what color you are, no matter where you come from. It's not a good, no one wants that. But to say that like other groups are going to be more sympathetic to the BLM cause versus their own lives is just absurd. And those people are not voting for Joe Biden. Like, I don't know anyone that's pro-police. I don't see how you can vote for someone on the left anymore. I just don't see how